Shalom. I'd like to give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Peace to the hopefully elect of Israel, double honors to the apostles, elders, and brethren, the great millstone, and all like-minded brothers who are preaching the truth all around the earth. This is your brother, Atazawan Bayath. I'm going to bring a quick little lesson, or just my commentary, I should say, on this Deshaun Jackson anti-Semitic comments that happened a few days ago. And also Stephen Jackson, the former NBA star who came to his defense, who is also now being persecuted by these same folks, the so-called Jewish people. Okay, uh, several brothers have made videos on this subject. Okay, and I'm just going to add my little commentary to it. Lord willing, this won't be long, and it'll be edifying. Okay, I'm going to just jump right in here. The backstory is Deshaun Jackson posted this excerpt from a book he's reading. I don't recall the name of the book, but anyway, it's an excerpt of what Hitler allegedly said, which is disputed as to whether he actually said it. But in any event, those Jays are up in arms about him posting it. And his friend Stephen Jackson said that he did nothing but tell the truth. Now, the truth is, if you will, it's relative, because for us, us so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, a lot of Israelites are waking up now, okay? And we're in that time and in that space where this is going to happen, okay? That we're going to wake up in this place. Uh, and Lord willing, we'll get the scripture there, Romans 9, in just a few seconds here. But anyway, Jake is waking up, okay? But these people who watch out for these sort of things, they got a whole office that watch out for anti-Semitic language, if you will. They got a whole office that watches out for all of that. And the first thing they want to do is put you on blast, so to speak, for anyone that says that or makes any kind of comments against them. So in any event, this young brother was made to apologize for his sentiments and for his post, if you will, because I don't think he actually said anything. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was just the fact that he had this post, and he had a post and a picture of Louis Farrakhan on his Instagram. Okay, so that drew widespread attention from those Jays, and the Philadelphia Eagles is the team he plays for. He's had a long career with them, but they wanted to fire him. All right, they wanted to cut him from the team, um, as Stephen Jackson alluded to, okay, in his statement. And the whole thing is just that they're being exposed. They're being exposed as phonies and as fakes, and anybody that disputes that, they're going to come up against you, okay? So we're going to watch this little small clip here of, I want to say, a guy, I don't know who he works for, what outfit he works for in the news media. I'm going to see if I have to go back and replay it, see if it comes up. Um, I think it's like a minute, Slovakia commercial. I think it's a minute and 12 seconds long. Um, so if you can, just bear with me. Get the sound up.
There was no suspension, and none of Jackson's current teammates spoke up about Jackson's anti-Semitic remarks that referenced Hitler made earlier in the week. Former teammate Chris Long did say on his Green Light podcast that the comments were a bleeping disaster, and it was bleeped up unequivocally. Very strong language from Chris Long. Meanwhile, former NBA player Stephen Jackson released a video on his Instagram account Also on Wednesday, what did we see? Well, we saw a tweeted out video of Jackson and Miles Sanders working out together in Tampa, Florida. Also on Twitter, there was a letter that was posted from a Holocaust survivor inviting Jackson to visit Auschwitz-Birkenau with him. But the Eagles were quiet, and Jackson is still a member of the team right now. We'll see if that continues as the week goes on.
Now you see, there's actually no such thing as anti-Semitic. Okay, there's really no such word as that. As Israelites, we are Shemitic. Okay, not Semitic. But anyway, in this guy's column here, he has former NBA star Steven Jackson claims the Eagles were ready to release Deshaun Jackson in the wake of the latter's anti-Semitic Instagram post over the 4th of July holiday weekend. Steven Jackson originally came to Deshaun's defense with his own incendiary video on Tuesday night, claiming the Eagles star receiver was speaking the truth when he posted quotes attributed to Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan, a documented anti-Semite, and Adolf Hitler, a former Nazi party leader responsible for the death of millions of Jews during the Holocaust. And you can read the rest of that if you like at this guy's link here. But you know, anybody that disputes anything that these folks say, you know, they have an issue with it. So let's just jump right into a few scriptures here. I'm gonna first go into Romans 9, okay, and we start at verse 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured the much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Right, those wicked people who are fitted to his destruction. He's got two vessels. One vessel is righteous, one vessel is wicked, okay? And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which is Jacob, which he had afore prepared unto glory. Right, that was already established before the foundation of the earth. Even us, who's the us? Us Israelites, okay? Whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles, right? Those Gentiles are the Israelites who are scattered among all the other nations. Verse 25, as he saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people which were not my people, and her beloved which were not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. Right? So that would be us in a place where we are called everything but a child of God, as they would say. Okay, see, we can go over to Hosea and read that. Okay, this Hosea 1 and 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. All right. So we're in this place, in this captivity, and we're called everything from Negroes, Negroids, niggers, black, colored, Afro-American, African-American, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, wetbacks, beaners, spics, okay, to the Native American, to savage, to red man, to tomahawk, okay, called all these different names, right? But we're not called children of the power, all right? So let's get into where these fake false people come from. Okay, we know that they moved into that land, and I'm not going to read through all of this, but when you look at, you can just go to Wikipedia. Now Wikipedia is just a resource. It's not actual, you know, research. You know, you can look at the very bottom and go through all the references and bibliographies, and there you'll find sources. But let's just look at what we know of as the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War, announcing support to establish of a national home, in quotes, national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, then an Ottoman region with a small minority Jewish population. The declaration was contained in a letter dated the 2nd of November 1917 from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to who? Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community, for transmission to the Zionist Federation of Great Britain and Ireland. The text of the declaration was published in the press on 9 November 1917. So we know that that name is synonymous with trying to run the world and running the banking systems and starting the wars, okay, over the last, who knows, 150 years, right? There was something I wanted to go down, and this is very lengthy, but there was something I wanted to get out of here. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find what I was looking for here. There was something I saw in here that I wanted to try to get to, if I can remember where it is. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it. But you see, it was a part of Palestine that they made this state of Israel, right? So they wanted to take the land away from Palestine, in short. But it just made a Jewish state out of the land that was under the control of the Palestinians, okay? Because it's so much in here that I can't remember what I saw, because I did read through some of it. But anyway, you can go and read this up. Just look up Balfour Declaration, and it'll give you the whole history of those big-time players who were involved. But you know that the Rothschilds were behind it, along with the kings at that particular time of Britain. Okay. So let's look at a couple of scriptures here, because they get real adamant about not calling them out their name. You know, like, we know that they're not the people, and that we are now. Okay, that we've always been the people of the Lord. Okay, let's look at Revelations. No, let me go to Ezekiel first. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possessions with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for prey. And that's what you see when you read the history of the Balfour Declaration. People who have taken over the land of the Lord and divided it up and gave it to whomever they wanted for strategical reasons, for financial reasons, right? When you go read about the Balfour Declaration, okay? Taking the Lord's land and casting it out for a prey. Let's move on to Zechariah 9:1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah in the land of Hadrach and Damascus shall be the rest thereof, when the eyes of men as of all the tribes of Israel shall be towards the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And Hamath also shall border thereby Tyrus and Zidon, though it be very wise, and Tyrus did build herself a stronghold, and heaped up silver as the dust, and fine gold as the mire of the streets. Behold, the Lord will cast her out, and he will smite her power in the sea, and she shall be devoured with fire. Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful. And Ekron, for her expectation, shall be ashamed, and the king shall perish from Gaza, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and will cut off, and I will cut off the pride of Palestine. So when we look at this word, let's go into it if this will open up. Of Ashdod is H795, and then you see here Ashdod, which means powerful, a major Philistine city of the Mediterranean Sea, west from Jerusalem, modern Ashdod. Okay, now let's go down a little bit more. Let's see here. See if we find something else on it. Okay, but I think it says like it's a place in Palestine is what it's called. Here it is. Ashdod, a place in Palestine. So when you go back and you read the Balfour Declaration, you'll find out right here that it's a place in Palestine. So the scriptures are right there. Okay? They cast it out for prey. So we'll get one more scripture here. And we'll look at Revelations, or Revelation 2 and 8. And unto the angel of the churches, Smyrna, write, these things saith the first and the last, which was dead and is alive. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? So they're identified in the scriptures, and now we're living in that time where it's up front. Okay? Whether Hitler actually made this quote or not, really, at this particular time, is really immaterial. Okay? Because what this has done, because the Lord did it, what this has done is now people who didn't know anything about this subject, right? About the children of Israel, about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being the children of Israel. Now there'll be many that will go back and do some research and try to find out the truth. The Spirit may be put on them to go back and look and try to uncover what was covered up. You know? So with that, I'm just going to end the lesson right there. Lord willing, is edifying to someone who watches the video. Maybe you don't know much about this subject. Go and do your research. Get in the Word. Okay? All right, with that, I'm going to close the lesson. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shah B'Shem, Rakak B'Dash. Peace to the hopeful elect of Israel. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and brethren, the great millstone, and all like-minded brothers who preach the truth all around the earth. I'll see you real soon with another lesson. Lord willing. Shalom.